Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. We're here at the end of the weekend. It's the weekend end. Hopefully it's been a good one for you guys. I don't know. Let me know what you've been up to. Tonight we are going to have a little chat about soundtracks that slay. And this one is because you guys reached a super chat goal that I had set on the previous stream. So I believe it was 10 super chats of $2 or more. I think I'm going to do something similar to that. I have a whole bunch of ideas for streams. They're just coming out of the woodwork. So we're going to be streaming a lot more. So just get ready for it, folks. I want this channel to grow. I want the community to grow. You guys are so awesome. So we're going to be streaming, we'll do some of those really late night streams. We'll do streams right around this time. And actually coming up this week, I'm planning on doing some streams that will be sort of middle of the day for us folks here in the States, but it'll be evening for the folks in the UK. So if you're in the UK and you are a fan of the channel, a subscriber or a channel member, what have you, then and you've been watching all of these on replay, thank you so much for checking out the replays. I do want to work in at least one stream a week that is, in the evening for you guys. However, having said that, most of the audience is out here in Canada and the US. So that's going to be the primary concern as far as, when I'm thinking about putting some streams. But we'll have some fun stuff for you guys as well. And maybe just, once a week, just stay up crazy late if you're in the UK. Just call in sick to work the next day. Hang out with us. We're a fun bunch. We'll have a good time with you. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Looks like we have 22 people kicking it with us right now. It is Sunday, August 17th. It is 9:10 Eastern time, Eastern Daylight Time, I believe. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share the channel with someone who you think would dig this kind of content. And having said that, I'm going to say what's up to you guys. But really quick, before I do that, I'm going to jump in and let you know that we've got a poll in the chat here. So I've got a few more ready for you. And I've got some talking points, discussion points, I guess I should say, listed for our hangout here today. Oh my God, I might as well just close this poll right now. You guys are ferocious. Man, I don't even get to, I was going to talk about what each composer has done here. The question is, who is the best horror score composer? I guess I should have known. If it's a horror channel and you put John Carpenter, people are going to say John Carpenter. So 92% of 26 votes say John Carpenter. 8% say Jerry Goldsmith. I just want to let you guys know, because Jerry Goldsmith he does a whole bunch of different kinds of movies, and he's active, I don't know, 50s, 60s, I think is when he started becoming active as a composer. But we're talking about the Omen movies. The very first Mummy with Brendan Fraser, that version of the Mummy, I believe that was directed by Stephen Sommers. The Poltergeist, first two Poltergeist movies, The Burbs, Ghost in the Darkness, Gremlins. So there's some really good stuff there for Jerry Goldsmith. A whole bunch of fun stuff there. Goblin, you guys know Goblin. I mean, the big two that they did were, Suspiria, and of course, we've got Dawn of the Dead. They also did Hell of the Living Dead. They did Deep Red, which is a great Dario Argento giallo movie. And Christopher Young. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like Christopher Young comes up quite a bit. I don't know if it's Leto that's been bringing up Christopher Young, but Hellraiser, Drag Me to Hell, Sinister, Pet Sematary. I believe that's the remake of Pet Sematary. A Nightmare on Elm Street, which is a pretty classic score right there. Exorcism of Emily Rose. Even Spider-Man 3, he came in when Danny Elfman had decided he had had enough of Sam Raimi's nonsense. Yeah, and even though it looks like I'm wearing a blank shirt, guys, I do have my Halloween Curse of Michael Myers. I figured since we're talking music, I would put something on that was that had some killer music. Although I don't really like the theatrical cut music very much of Curse. I do love the producer's cut of the score. I mean, this whole producer's cut of the movie anyways, more so than the theatrical cut. But can't go wrong with Halloween and music. Now can you? Let me say what's up to you guys, and then we'll get into some stuff. We've got, of course, you know me. We got a little tiny bit of Friday the 13th news, just something that I had shared on my socials. So if you guys if we're Facebook friends, or if you follow me on Twitter, or you pay attention to every little post I put up here on YouTube, then you've probably already seen it. I just figured it would be nice to cover it. I'll probably clip it out and put it as its own video. It'll be really quick. But I'm going to say what's up to you guys, and then we've got some fun housekeeping stuff to get to before we jump on to our topic. We got Chester Franklin Jr. in the house. What's happening, Chester? So good to see ya. Ashton Luck, who just popped his Dead Alive cherry. I'm so happy for Ashton. We got our great Patreon member, YouTube channel member, and Death Squad mod Dean Renner in the house. Says good evening, all. Welcome to the stream. Make sure to like the video and vote in the poll. Thank you so much, Dean. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We got Jay Beach in the house. What's happening, Jay? Hope you are doing well. We got Amanda also, who is a channel member, but she accidentally signed up for her channel membership with her kids account. So she doesn't get that nice green popping up here in the chat, but she is a channel member. Let's see who else we got. Lamontre Gillard is in the house. What's happening, Lamontre? We got Gory Tiger hanging out with us. And there is Lido, one of our great channel members, says, damn, I'm at dinner with friends, but this topic is right up my alley. I was really hoping you'd be able to tune in, Lido, but I totally get it. You are fortunate to have friends. That's something that I don't have very many of, or else I might have dinner with friends, but you guys are my friends. You guys are my family. Here I am, just kicking it with you guys. But I'll let you know this. We're going to cover this in the housekeeping section of the stream here, guys, but Lido is going to be on the channel this week. We're doing an episode of Late Night with the Davey before dark. So that's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern. I believe that's 8 p.m. UK time. So for all the folks in the UK, you're getting a before dark episode of Late Night with the Davey. I have a work meeting that night, so I'm not able to do late night at that time that I'm used to. But Lido and I are going to talk about weapons. We are both kind of lukewarm on it because of some, specific things. For me, it was sort of like the last act of the movie. I think for Lido, it's a little bit of that, but also some of the plot conveniences and some of the holes. And, once he had brought that up, I started thinking about things, and I'm like, yeah, he's right. He said something in a comment, I think it was on Facebook, about like, once he started pulling at the threads, he just like couldn't stop. So it'll be a spoiler talk about weapons, but that's going to be on Wednesday. And it's going to be a kind of like, what the hell was that? A movie I think that we both liked, but we were hoping that we would love, and it just couldn't quite get us there. So that'll be great. That'll be Lido's very first time on the channel. And then later on this spooky season, we're going to bring Lido on for some A Nightmare on Elm Street talk, because I've seen those movies probably like half a dozen times each, probably the first one even more than that, and maybe Wes Craven's New Nightmare even more than that. I think the remake is the only one I've only seen once. So I'm kind of a novice, and I would say a casual fan of A Nightmare on Elm Street. I totally recognize Freddy's spot, but I prefer, Jason and Michael so much more. And Lido is a huge A Nightmare on Elm Street fan. So I thought it would be really cool for spooky season, bringing somebody on that can sort of shine a spotlight. Maybe I would imagine he's going to teach me some things about the franchise that I don't know. So I think that's a kind of a fun forum, and it should be fun for you guys. And we'll prepare discussion points and polls for you guys and everything. Moving forward, I'm just going to do everything I can to make this channel as interactive as possible, not only with my interaction with you guys and giving you guys the platform to speak your mind and tell your opinions, but also through polls and all that kind of fun stuff as well. We got Daz in the chat. What's happening, Daz? Great to see ya. Antonis Andriotis, one of our great channel members. How are you doing, Antonis? Hey, another great thing to bring up here. Antonis, this Friday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, Cody Leach and Mark from Tales from the Shelf are going to be on the channel. We're doing a versus battle, a Child's Play versus battle of the sequels, Child's Play 2 versus Bride of Chucky. Oh, yeah. So similarly to what we did with the final chapter in Jason Lives when we brought on Vincent DeSanti, we are going to have our 8 categories. Each one of us are going to, give the one of the films the winner of each category. So we're all going to break it down. You guys are going to have a vote in the poll as well, and we're going to decide what the true fan favorite Child's Play sequel is. Now, admittedly, I picked those two. I think Child's Play 2 and Bride of Chucky, from everything I've gathered, listening to all the Child's Play people talk, and then also even my own personal opinion about the sequels specifically, because the original movie is still my favorite in the franchise. But when we're talking about the sequels, I think even though there are some dark horse people out there for Child's Play 3, I get it. I think Child's Play 2, Bride of Chucky, easily the two fan favorites. We're going to put them head to head. We're going to crown one of them the undisputed champion of Child's Play sequels. And Antonis, I know you don't want to miss that one, bud. So I just figured I'd let you know, since I'm sure you're very, very excited about that. We got King Matthew III. What's happening, King Matthew? Great to see ya. Cruel ZV. What's happening, Cruel? How you doing? We got Dynamite Tiger in the house. Ooh, Dynamite, I'm going to star that chat so I don't miss it, and I'm going to bring it back once we really get into the discussion. We got Adrian James in the house. What's happening, Adrian? Ooh, Tara Brewer. Welcome on in, Tara. I'm going to save that one as well for when we really get into the nitty-gritty. We got Catherine Knightson in the chat with a... Ooh, Catherine looks scared with the emoji. Catherine, I hope everything's okay. It's not going to be too scary tonight. We're just going to be talking about the music. So I guess maybe the music could be pretty scary, though. I mean, it's definitely a part of selling the scare and selling the atmosphere. We got Todd Bound in the chat. What's happening, Todd? I'm going to save that for later as well. Let's see here. No worries, Lido. We got you, bud. And I see Lido dropped a super chat. That reminds me, guys, I forgot to do this before. I'm going to do this really quick. So what we're going to do here is, let's see here. So I'm going to set a super chat goal, 10 super chats, $2 or more. I'll extend the show by 1 hour. Okay. So we will go to, I was planning on an hour and a half. So instead of ending at 10:30 Eastern, we will go to 11:30 Eastern. How about that? So that's 10 super chats, $2 or more. Again, guys, super chats are not required. It's kind of fun. We've been doing really well with the super chats lately. You guys have been so generous and so awesome. Really, all I ask is that you kick it with me here and hang out and subscribe and tell people about the channel and all that kind of fun stuff. So let me see here. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any other hellos. We got King Matthew III in the house. I might have already said said hello to King Matthew. I'm going to star that one for later as well. And it doesn't look like... Oh, we got Blu-ray Addict. What's happening, Blu-ray? So great to see ya. We got Wax Lavish in the house. How you doing? Great to see you. We got Michelle Schmidt. What is happening, Michelle? Adrian, I see your message about Terrence Stamp. We'll talk about Terrence Stamp just for a moment here as well. Thank you for bringing that up. Antonis has been a member for 7 months. Finally watched Superman 2025 last night on demand. Have you seen it? Yes. Yeah, I reviewed it here on the channel, and I did 2 shorts. 2 out of the theater were shorts. I watched it in... Dolby, and I watched it in 3D IMAX. I enjoyed Superman. It didn't completely knock my socks off, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. Let's see here. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. That is Goldsmith as well. What else do we got? We got Matt from Fachi's Cinema, the Fach Man. What's poppin', Playboy? Davey, my lover. Guys, I'm going to be over on Fachi's Cinema on Tuesday, 9:15 Eastern. We are going to do a live ranking of the Friday the 13th franchise, including Sweet Revenge. You're not going to want to miss that. We got Ryan Underwood in the house as there's John, and then there's everybody else. So what's up, brother Deathray? Nothing much, Ryan. So great to see you, man. Thank you for joining us. Oh my God, The Thing is amazing. Yeah. Favorite movie ever? Well, and what the interesting thing about The Thing is that, yes, John did direct the movie, but that's an Ennio Morricone soundtrack. One of the rare occasions where, where John didn't actually score the film himself. We got Brett from Good Real Hunting, one of our great channel members, and Death Squad Mods in the house. sharing membership for 11 months. So close to that year mark. Can't wait to see ya. Celebrate that year with us. Thank you so much for 11 months of channel membership there, Brett. And who else do we have here before we really jump in? We got Jamie Hart, the original Death Squad mod, our mama mod, and a channel member. Okay, I feel like we're so close. Are we so close? Have I said hello to everybody? We got Johnny Diamond in the chat. What's happening, Johnny? You doing so well so far? Hollywood Lido drops a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Lido, and says Carpenter is a great composer from a synth minimalism standpoint, but Goldsmith and Young are much better composers overall. Yeah, so far more grandiose, right? John is not doing like a whole, you know, orchestra or symphony or anything like that. It's very, yeah, like Lido says, synth minimalism standpoint. I think that's the thing, is like his hooks are just so good. And they're so much easier to grab into you because there isn't as much going on. I think that's one of the things that definitely works to John's benefit for sure. And guys, I mean, if you consider Jaws a horror movie, then I guess you can put John Williams in there too, because that is an amazing soundtrack, you know? Thank you so much for the $4.99, Lido. Really appreciate you, bud. Jamie voted for Goldsmith. There it is. We got the Daily Ghost in the chat, one of our great channel members and Death Squad mods. Says, I'm in the middle of a soundtrack series on my music podcast now. 2 episodes and 3 more to come. Well, feel free to drop a link to let people know where they can find you there, Daily Ghost. Definitely. Slasher Fred, welcome on into the chat. I'm going to save that so we can talk about it later as we kind of go through. And I just want to make sure I'm saying hello to everybody here. The Oct is jumping in saying 75 days until Halloween. There we go. Hell yeah. Can't wait. Got another one starred from King Matthew. And yes, Jamie, I am behind because you guys are amazing in the chat. I just want to make sure I say what's up to everybody. I'm trying to star as many of these as I can. If I see that you're talking about music. Ooh, Dean is in the middle of a thunderstorm right now. God, I wish we would get more rain here in Phoenix. Right now, it's, so the true temperature says 104. It says feels like 101. So it's really not that bad, but oh my God, last night it was brutal, you guys. I'm going to check in on the poll here. 89% say John Carpenter, 11% say Jerry Goldsmith, 0 for Goblin, 0 for Christopher Young, and that's after 35 votes, guys. I'm going to end the first poll right there, and let's go ahead and get our second one going up here. This will be fun. It'll be, I bet I know what you guys are going to say for this one. So just bear with me while I, ooh, there we go. Most iconic horror theme. That's a pretty good one, huh? So maybe this will be maybe this will split, folks, a little bit on this horror theme. So let's see what we got. There we go. Okay, and how about, I'm not going to do 2 John Carpenters. I know I could put The Fog in there, but we're going to mix it up a little bit here. Okay, so we are going to mix it up, and we are going to do, ooh, maybe I should, here we go. F it, I'm just going to do it. Here we go, guys. What is the most iconic horror theme? Now we're talking about just the main theme here, not the whole score like on a whole. The whole score on a whole. Wow, I'm so good with words, everybody. I'm just fantastic with them. Okay. Holy cow. Antonis Andriotis drops a $10 super chat. Wow. Antonis, thank you so much. He says, I got a cameo video from Tyler Main and asked him how a couple of the kills in Halloween 209 were pulled off. Have not watched the video yet, though. I even told him that he's your favorite Michael Myers. That's awesome. I love Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. You know that, Antonis. Very, very cool. But you've gotten the video, you just haven't watched it yet? I'm curious. If you don't mind, I mean, whenever you find that out, if you don't mind sharing what he tells you, that would be great. And thank you so much for the $10 super chat, Antonis. That's very, very sweet of you, man. I appreciate it so much. Guys, we're 1/10 of the way 52 minutes left, almost 53 minutes left here. If you want us to go for another hour tonight. So no worries. Again, super chats are not required at all. They're just kind of fun, and they help me get closer to living this dream of doing this 80 hours a week for you guys. So I probably already put in like 40 or 50. So if you want me to go that extra little bit there, then the super chats certainly help. Yeah, well, it's all relative, right, Catherine? 104 at 6:30 p.m. is not that bad because it is all relative. Let's see here. I see you guys talking some others. Christopher Young's score for Hellraiser is one of the greatest scores ever written, says Hollywood Lido. I can't believe he got no love at all. I think he's one of those names that just people don't, it's not on people's lips. You know, when people think of horror soundtracks, they think of people like Carpenter. You know, Christopher Young is just one of those names that for whatever reason, I don't think is like kind of popped off. But I love Hellraiser so much. So damn much. Let me see what else we got here. Thank you so much for letting everyone know on that one, Dean. Antonis went with Jaws. I think more people around the world would recognize it. I do think it is the most iconic. Like, you might prefer Halloween, but it's not about like which one you like more. The poll is more about like which one do you think is the most iconic. Like, you could like Pepsi more than Coke, but come on, Coke is more iconic than Pepsi. My vote is for Jaws, Davey. Thank you, Johnny. Nearly impossible question is they all have the right being the right answer. Well, here you go. Yeah, you know, Halloween and Jaws, they're they're neck and neck, you know. Jaws, of course. Okay, I haven't even looked at it yet. I'm starring some other chats when you guys are talking about other soundtracks that you want to chat about here. Yeah, I almost put Bernard Herrmann in the mix, but he didn't have as many horror, although Psycho is a very big time horror there. Okay, let me check on that poll really quick. I know I'm already falling behind on everything. 18 votes. Halloween is winning with 61%. Wow. So Halloween more iconic than Jaws, which is in second place with 39%. I should have just done a 50-50 because no one's put The Exorcist or Suspiria. I'm surprised. I think Tubular Bells is pretty iconic, so I'm surprised that no one has picked that one. But hey, what the heck do I know? Twin Peaks. Yes, I'm yelling. We're going to talk about, I got it all starred. Okay. I got it all starred, Jamie. So we're going to talk about all of these here. So what I'm going to do now, guys, this seems like a good time to sort of jump into what you guys were mentioning as the stream was just getting going. So yeah, I'm going to fall behind on the current chat. Okay. Okay. And if there's something that you want me to bring up that I've totally missed, you could either put it in again. If you want to make sure I don't miss it, you can drop a $1.99 super chat. It'll make sure that I absolutely don't miss it. It'll get us closer to that goal. It will give us another hour on this stream so we can talk more about the soundtracks, scores, and music and horror movies that we absolutely love. Dynamite Tiger says, hey, y'all, great topic. Love the soundtracks from the old school 90s teen movies like Scream. Also the American Psycho soundtrack for all the 80s songs. That's a great mix there, Dynamite. I hope you're still kicking it in the chat with us. By the way, guys, 28 people hanging out. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit that like button. Also, I keep on forgetting to mention it earlier on in the streams. Guys, if you are watching after the fact, thank you so very much. It really helps the stream. I do implore you to hit the like button as well. It's free. And feel free to jump into the comments. Let me know what you think about the polls we're running here. And let me know what some of your favorite horror movie soundtracks are as well. And yeah, Scream has a great one. The Marco Beltrami score is, you know, nice classic kind of score. Kind of bringing back that Bernard Herrmann sort of sound, Harry Manfredini, that, you know, quintessential strings kind of sound. The 80s songs in American Psycho are awesome. I love all those songs. Him comparing Elvis Costello with Huey Lewis in the News. Love it. Favorite soundtrack is 2006's When a Stranger Calls, says Tara Brewer. You know, I've never seen that remake. I've seen the sequel to the original, never seen the remake. I think the actress is so beautiful in that remake, but I don't know why I've never seen it. Todd says, love me some Goblin, but John Carpenter is best. Yeah, I mean, Dawn of the Dead and Suspiria, those two alone. I mean, Deep Red is great too. But especially the Dawn of the Dead soundtrack is, I think, one of the greatest horror movie soundtracks of all time. King Matthew says John Carpenter is the best music composer for horror films aside from the guy that makes the music for Scream films. Okay, so you like Marco Beltrami, and then you're putting John Carpenter right under there. Yeah, guys, Adrian James brought up Terrence Stamp passing away. Do you know Superman? He was the first guy to play Zod in Superman. He played Chancellor Valorum in the Star Wars prequels. He might only be in the first movie. Is he in any of the other movies in that series? I'm not sure. He also, interestingly enough, played Jor-El on Smallville. And you know, when everyone freaked out with Superman about Jor-El's message being about dominating planet Earth, I think that had been done in the comics previously, but also in Smallville. That's one of the things about Smallville, is that Jor-El had been visiting Earth and visiting the natives. He was like a skinwalker, like a shapeshifter, and he basically was scouting out planets that he could send Kal if he needed to, or Kal-El, sorry. And then, yeah, his message is basically like, you're supposed to rule these people as king. But yeah, rest in peace, Terrence Stamp. I'm sure I'm missing other films that he's in. I always think about Zod and think about Jor-El, and of course, I make a plea for a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Valorum. The weird accent that Natalie Portman has for some reason. Yes, I left out Alien. It's true. I'm going off the cuff here, Daz. The Exorcist, with its iconic theme song of Tubular Bells, is a very spooky, I'm guessing you're meaning to say, spooky soundtrack. Yeah, Exorcist is a classic soundtrack. Before I jumped in here, my brother Matt was like, what do you think is the best horror movie soundtrack? And I'm like, oh my God, like that's so difficult to answer. I mean, you know, I would say Exorcist, The Thing, Halloween. Those are like three that like strike me immediately. Dawn of the Dead, you know, it's so difficult to pick one. If you guys ever watched the original 1931 Dracula with the score version by Philip Glass, I've never done the version with Philip Glass. No, I never have. I know he's a bit more kind of bit more trippy. The Fog score was creepy as heck. Carpenter killed it with that score. Yeah, I think it's one of his best, Chester. Let's see here. Say what you want about the film Cannibal Holocaust, but it has a beautiful theme. Yeah, I think Cannibal Holocaust is a good for one-time watch. Really, all you need to watch it is once. It makes its impression and it stays with you forever. It is a very difficult film, but I think a very impactful, good film as well. Score to the Terminator is so very scary. Yeah. Love the score to the Terminator. And T2. Jamie says the soundtrack to Twin Peaks is amazing. Laura's theme alone is gripping. Yes. I love the music to Twin Peaks. It really does bring you in, and they really only have a handful of themes, so it's a really great, they've got these hooks, and it's one of those things that makes the show iconic, is the soundtrack. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm glad that the music isn't all over the place. I'm glad that they they stick with maybe like 4 or 5 musical bits, kind of like something like, you know, what John does with Halloween, and that they keep on bringing those little themes back around. I love it. Tyler Bates' Halloween score was good. It had different vibes, not similar to the Carpenter score. Yeah, I think Tyler Bates did a good job. He did both of those Rob Zombie films, correct? He's done something. What did he do recently? Didn't Tyler Bates do something recently? I feel like I've seen his name pop up relatively. Let's see here. John Wick Chapter 4. Let's see what else there is. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Deadpool 2. That movie bored the hell out of me. But the music wasn't bad. Maxine. Okay. Pearl. Yes. Yeah, Tyler Bates is a friggin' modern day. What happened to my picture? What happened to me? No idea what happened, folks. What was that? Did you guys see me the whole time, or did I disappear? I didn't change anything here. So hopefully everything's okay. Tyler Bates is great, yeah. Soundtrack to the TV series Tales from the Crypt has a great music score. It only has music from The Man Who Was Death, Cutting Cards, Loved. Okay, so a whole bunch of episodes. I mean, the Danny Elfman, I don't know what's going on here, guys. What is happening with StreamYard? This is very odd. I don't know what's going on. This wasn't happening before, right? Okay. Weird. Guys, StreamYard is having some odd sort of thing happening here. I don't know what to do about it. Very strange. What the hell is going on? Sorry, guys. I'm just going to try to figure this out because this is going to drive me nuts if I don't try to figure this out. Wow. I have no idea what's going on. This is bizarre. Let me see. Let me try something and see if this changes anything at all. So I'm going to do this. Okay. I'm going to go like that. That's so friggin' bizarre. Guys, I don't know what is going on. It's glitching out for a second. Goes out and comes back. Yeah, to me, it's completely blank. I don't know if that's going to really solve. I mean, it's not really going to solve it, Johnny, because then it's just going to be a big old bit of blankness up there. I don't know what to do here. I wish I could just like reload and jump back into the same stream, but I don't know. That's really odd. What if I do this and I will read your guys's chats? I just won't be able to like put them up on the screen like how I want to. Fucking weird. Excuse my language. So yeah, unfortunately, guys, I won't be able to bring up your chats here. If we do get a super chat, we'll just go ahead and push through, and I'll bring the super chat up here. But I have no idea what the heck is going on. We got MAGA Cat in the house. What's happening, MAGA? Great to see ya. I did want to share here, guys. I mean, I already brought this up, so let's take a quick break from talking about music and jump on into a little housekeeping here. So guys, there are new items in the merch shop and a new discount code. I just wanted to share this really quick. I shared it with the members the other night. But yeah, brand new gear in the shop. Guys, the new discount code, you can see it in the little ticker down below. All one word, capitals, ship free, and you get free shipping on your order. But we got some brand new stuff. We've got these super fun hats that I think are hilarious that say creamin' for a streamin'. I absolutely love it. I don't care if it's dirty. It cracks me up. So we've got white lettering, and you can get that in all red. You can get it in all black. You can get it in navy as well. And then we've got the black lettering. You can get it in that beautiful soft pink, black and white, that really nice like aqua blue and white. And then you can go all white if you want to do that. And I think there's another one. Ooh, there's the red, white, and blue. If you're feeling patriotic and your jeans get creamy over some streamy, then there you go. That's the way to check it out. We've also got some racerback tanks for the ladies. So we've got the Death Squad with the red superhero writing. We've got the black with the superhero or the yellow superhero writing. So these come in all sorts of colors, guys. Feel free to shop around. The link is it's pinned in the chat and it's in the description. So we've got a whole bunch of different options for you guys here. We've got the slime Death Squad logo as well. We've got that in a whole bunch of different colors, including nice pink and, of course, the black. We've even got a Death Squad tote bag. How about it? Go to the farmer's market, grab some fruit, bring the tote bag. We got Death Squad magnets, 6-inch long magnets, $10 a pop. We got creamin' for a streamin' magnets as well. We've got yoga shorts in all different shape or all different logos and colors. And yes, these ones on the back say creamin' for a streamin' on the shorts. Then we've got the capri yoga pants. Don't worry, those don't have creamin' for a streamin' on the back. But we've got a whole bunch of those. And I guess I wish I could, there we go, view all. Because I want to show you the rest of the new gear. So yeah, a whole bunch of yoga pants for the ladies, and we've got some muscle tees as well. So that's all the new stuff on the shop. We still have all the other great stuff. I'm working on some more Hit the Bricks merch. So keep an eye out for that. I will let you guys know once the Hit the Bricks merch drops. Yeah, and I jumped right into the music talk. I had totally forgotten about jumping into the Friday the 13th news as well. So let me see here. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and we are going to go right on over here. And this is so, I don't know what's going on with StreamYard, guys. It's driving me crazy. But okay, guys, we had this graphic get shared by a user on Twitter that I follow, Shaun of the Dead, at Real Sean Hunt on Twitter. And he created this graphic here that sort of is like trying to explain the breakdown of the Friday the 13th rights. And his tweet says, I have no law degree, but this is what I've been able to ascertain from how the rights to the Friday the 13th franchise have been split up between original screenwriter Victor Miller and director Sean S. Cunningham. In short, it's a mess. And you can see there that, yeah, according to Sean, Victor Miller has the rights to Pamela and Jason Voorhees while Jason's a young boy. He has original film rights in the US and nothing else. And then Sean Cunningham has Jason as an adult, film rights outside of the US, and rights to the sequels and the hockey mask, and not the other things. So, you know, he ended up putting this on here. He's got a great Twitter account, so if you guys don't follow him and you love horror stuff of all kinds, I recommend following at Real Sean Hunt. Maybe someday he'll follow me back. Maybe. We'll see. But today we got some clarification from Larry Zerner, who is, you know, he was Shelley in Friday the 13th Part 3, and he is a lawyer. So he responded to this graphic here that Sean had shared that says, this is what Larry says. He says, no, to my knowledge, all of the rights are now jointly owned by Jason Universe, with the exception of the Friday the 13th title, which is owned by New Line Cinema. Sean is not involved. It's the Barsamians and Victor Miller and Victor's lawyer. So that's coming from somebody, you know, who is a lawyer, who's very close to the Friday the 13th, not only franchise, but got involved with the litigation as well. I don't know how deeply he was involved. I haven't spoken with Larry personally or anything like that, but he is a copyright and trademark and entertainment attorney. So seems like he would kind of know what's going on here. And I searched through like Google AI just to try to see what I could find. It sounds like Sean does have rights, film rights outside of the US. I don't know if that's confirmed or if that's just something that the AI could have, you know, gotten incorrectly here. But I think that, you know, for us Friday the 13th fans, with all the years and years of litigation, all the questions that we have and everything being so far up in the air with all of this, it's kind of nice to see something like this from Larry that really does, you know, kind of solidify something here about what we can expect from the Horror Inc. people and the Jason Universe people, and what's going on with Crystal Lake and the Jason Universe, because it sounds like Crystal Lake and Jason Universe are going to be sharing everything that they can. So everything that the Jason Universe has rights to, it seems like they're sharing that with Crystal Lake. So, you know, based on a news story that we shared here on the channel, I believe it was last week, it sounds like the Crystal Lake series at some point is going to converge with the Jason Universe, and that they will either work together or allow each other to use one another's creations for their own products and media moving forward. That's what it sounds like for now. Who knows if that could change? But I just wanted to share that with you guys. I know we're here talking about music and scores for horror movies and all that, but if you want to chime in the live chat and let me know your thoughts about, you know, the breakdown of the rights, you know, whose story you kind of believe here, how you feel about it and all, let me know in the live chat. If you're watching this after the fact, jump on into the comments, let me know your thoughts on the rights, on the Jason Universe, all that stuff, and what you expect to see forward and or moving forward, and what you want to see moving forward. And of course, remember to like, subscribe if you haven't already, share the channel with someone who you think would dig this kind of content, because we cover horror news like crazy here on the channel. I would hit the notification bell if you're into horror movie and TV news, sometimes even comic books, action figures, all that fun stuff. You don't want to miss a thing, and you can catch all of it here on the Davey Deathray channel. Okay, guys, I'm going to jump back on over to you. We're going to get back at the task at hand there. And for whatever reason, like stuff is like popping off and popping on the screen, and no idea what's going on with StreamYard. But there we go. I've got your comments back on the screen. It's very, very odd what's happening. I see Erica is in the house, one of our great channel members and Death Squad mods. So thank you so much for joining us, Erica. Antonis says, so does that mean we will never get a movie titled Friday the 13th ever again? Well, you know, if Sean gives that up, or if he passes away and it reverts back to Victor, I'm not sure. Really, it doesn't matter, because we, as the fans, will keep on saying there's a new Friday the 13th movie called blah, 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 blah. I mean, Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason Lives, A New Beginning, The Final Chapter. Those are all like, you know, The New Blood. Those are all like subtitles to Friday the 13th films. So they could make movies moving forward that just mention Jason. I don't care. The name Friday the 13th doesn't have to be in the title of the movie. I'm much more concerned about if the movie is good. And yeah, Antonis, the rights issues are all over, but they were split. So this just sort of clarifies who has the rights to what. You know, so at some point, I'm sure we're going to get, you know, Friday the 13th. Let's see here. Secret Dance Move says Larry is wrong here. Sean Cunningham has the rights for adult Jason with mask, which, let's face it, is the most valuable part of Friday the 13th. I don't think that's true. I would, if you can cite a source, I will check it out, Secret Dance Move. But explain to me how Jason Universe is not... Sean Cunningham has nothing to do with the Jason Universe. He has nothing to do with that. That's the Barsamians. They do Jason Universe. So how are they able to use adult Jason? I think Larry is right. I'm going to trust the entertainment and copyright lawyer, unless I see a source that states otherwise. Let me see if this is working yet. Yeah, it's not working. It's weird. Okay, I figured I would just give it a shot. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump back into our conversation here. Holy cow, look at that. Erica drops a $2 super chat to support the goal and remind everyone to send. Thank you so much, Erica. Really appreciate you. Yeah, we had Antonis dropped a $10. We've had some really cool member chats that have dropped as well. I love seeing the member chats to be able to celebrate how long you guys have been members on the channel. And yeah, I think if we reach, 8 more on the super chats, 7 more. So I must have missed another. Oh no, I didn't. I got one from Dean, one from Antonis, and wait, it was Lido, and that was before. What happened? What did I miss? What's going on? Russ? Ooh, the Oct. There we go. That's who I missed. I'm so sorry, the Oct. Shall we poll what the official Death Squad start date of spooky season should be? 8/1, 9/1, 9/22, 10/1? I always start spooky season on 9/1. So I guess we could put it to a vote, the Oct. And thank you so much for the $4.99. I don't know why StreamYard is removing me from the screen here. It just started happening all of a sudden. But yeah, I consider it September 1st. And thank you so much for the $4.99, man. Really appreciate you. So yeah, guys, 7 more if you want me to go an extra hour. And oh my gosh, look at that. We've got Allie Girl in the chat. And I just think Allie is so great that I don't even care if it's going to remove me from the screen. F it. Welcome on in, Allie. So great to see you. Hope you had a great weekend. Okay. God, this is so bizarre, but at least I can see your guys' chats here on the screen. Yeah, so strange what's going on here with the YouTube or with the StreamYard. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and jump back into our chat on soundtracks that slay. I'm going to take a look at this poll. Maybe we can close this one out, get another one going, and continue with the discussion. What is the most iconic horror theme? 67% of 33 people said Halloween, 30% said Jaws, and 3% say The Exorcist. 33 votes. So Halloween. John Carpenter wins that first one. Halloween wins the second one. He is just cleaning house here, Mr. Carpenter. Let's see here. We got a $2 super sticker from Joel over at Darkroom Reviews. I wish those counted for the super chat goal, but unfortunately it doesn't look like they do. But we have a cute little fox guy giving a thumbs up. Love seeing that. Thank you so much, Joel. Really appreciate the $2 super sticker, my friend. And let me check my notes here. Ooh, I like this one. I've got another poll for you guys, and then we'll continue chit-chatting here. Let me get this rolling. Boom, boom. We're going to do that. This one is an easy one. Just two options. Orchestral versus synth. Which hits harder? So this is just a coin flip here. So there we go. Let's see what else we got going on. Yes, thank you so much, Joel. Really appreciate you. And I guess I'll share some of the. It's just so bizarre. I got to stop talking about it. It's like really, it's yeah, you know, when something like whatever kind of performance you're doing, if you're acting, you're playing music, or you're performing in sports, and some weird kind of thing happens that just like is like an odd hiccup, and you can't stop thinking about it. That's what's going on with this StreamYard business right now. But we have 29 of you lovely people watching right now. Thank you so much. Aaron Click jumps on in and says, hello, everyone. I'm driving, so I might not be too active in the chat. I did go to the beach at Lake Michigan today, though. It was fun. Hell yeah. Dean says something about synth and horror is just a perfect pair. Medley Man says, I accidentally hit synth, retract a vote from that. Oh, what's done is done, Medley Man. Can't do anything about it. Synth is winning 60% to 40%. 20 votes. You guys are so quick on that. I love it. Are you guys digging the polls? Do you think these streams as of late are a little even more interactive than normal? Let me know. I want to make sure you guys are having a lot of fun. Jamie says, I just got done watching Lady Hawk. The synth score seemed really out of place. I wish it would have been orchestral. Yeah, Lady Hawk's one of those mid-80s. What is that? Like Rutger Hauer and Matthew Broderick. And who else is in that one? I've only seen that one once, but I remember it quite a bit because it had that, medieval kind of vibe, like a Willow kind of vibe. I can see how a synth score would be strange for something like that, but also it was the 80s, right? Jay Beach says, I only know Williams and Carpenter. Only things I know are the things I learn here in the streams. I don't know much, if any, about the soundtrack side of production. Well, I look things up too, because like I know Christopher Young's name. I know those guys' names, but I looked them up before the stream because I was like, okay, I'm going to, learn about, which one of these guys would be the best for the poll, and learn a bit more about them just so I can get an idea. But yeah, I mean, there's certain artists and certain performers that, I'm more familiar with for sure. Johnny voted for synth because it's always better than just regular old orchestrated look. Look at Hans Zimmer for one. He uses synths a lot and his scores are all awesome. I mean, he uses everything too. Like Thelma and Louise is like a lot of electric guitar. He's all over the place. Hans is amazing. The score for F1 was so good. Let's see here. We got Eli Cortez in the house. What's happening, Eli? As you can tell, StreamYard's having an odd time. Let's see here. Polls are fun, says Todd. Love it. Johnny loves the polls. Erica loves the interactive streams. That's going to keep on going. We're just going to push the gas on the interactive streams. Let's see what else we got going here. Todd loves Lady Hawk. Didn't Tangerine Dream do that? Ooh. Michelle Pfeiffer is the woman in Lady Hawk. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, it could have been Tangerine Dream. I'm not sure. Somebody Google it. Confirm it. JG Michael says, only horror if you stretch it to include Thriller, but Judgment Night's soundtrack is immortal. Yeah, I don't think that's horror. I would say like dystopian sci-fi kind of thing. Something like that, right? As far as I remember, it's not horror. Allie says, looks like you got another nice haircut, Davey. Yeah, when did I get it cut? Last week sometime? It's much more pompadourish, as you can tell, Allie. I had them leave a lot more up top in the front. So yeah, I'm going for the pompadour look. That's for sure. I'm going to jump back in the poll and see what you guys are saying here. 25 votes, 52% synth, to 48% orchestral. Folks, I'm going to close the poll here at 10 p.m. Eastern. So get your vote in if you haven't yet, if you want to have your voice be heard. Let's see here. Andrew Powell. Maybe it's the guy from maybe it is the guy from Tangerine Dream. I'm not sure. I am not sure. So yeah, guys, while we're, you know, in the middle of polls and everything, and I know you guys have like talked about some of your favorite soundtracks, I do have just some like discussion kind of prompts that we can go through here. I'm curious to know from you guys, you know, and give me an example or two, you know, what makes a horror soundtrack unforgettable to you? Is it like how it builds the dread and the tension? Is it an emotional resonance? Is it the instrumentation? Is it something like you prefer synth over orchestral or vice versa? Or maybe you prefer like ambient noise or, you know, like droning or discordant music? What makes a horror soundtrack unforgettable to you? And let me know an example or two. And of course, I mean, we all love like Halloween and all that stuff. So, you know, but if there's something, you know, a hidden gem horror soundtrack or one that doesn't get talked about as much, let me know. And let me know, I've got another one for you to piggyback on that. Is there a horror score that changed the way that you listen to music? You know, a lot of us listen to music that's like, you know, kind of some derivative of pop music where there's like singing and all that stuff. But was there a horror score where you're like, oh my gosh, I think I really like instrumental music. Like I can listen to this score anytime. Or I prefer to listen to instrumental music. Like I've known people in my life that they don't like music with singing. That never would have occurred to me, but I've met people that are like, I don't like vocals. And I'm like, is it just because you can't sing? Is it because you write music and you can't sing? But hey, totally valid if you don't. And yeah, I'm just curious to know that. Also, yeah, I guess with what makes a horror soundtrack unforgettable. So not only the score, but the songs from the soundtrack. Like, you know, movies like Return of the Living Dead, or another one that was brought up earlier was American Psycho. You know, great soundtrack. Trying to think of some others that just got like killer songs outside of the score. I mean, I always talk about Halloween Ends. Great score, but then also the pop songs that they use in the movie is so good. And it's kind of different for a Halloween movie. It's not a regular thing that you would have, you know, those types of songs in the movie. So I'm curious to know all of that. And let me jump back on in here. We got Doug Easter 5462 says synth scores by Tangerine Dream and Legend and Near Dark are incredible. Near Dark definitely counts in your horror genre. Thank you so much for jumping on in, Doug. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. Look at this. And like, I'm there, I'm not there. Ooh, I'm a ghost. But Doug, thank you so much for jumping in. I'm not sure if this is your first time kicking it with us, but welcome. You're hanging out with the Death Squad, man. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. And if you are feeling saucy, go ahead and hit subscribe. Just give me a chance. That's all I'm saying. Guys, we are climbing up there. We are at, where are we at now? You guys have been absolutely incredible sharing the channel and showing up for all the streams. And right now we are at, let's see here, 1633. So thank you guys so much for all the support. We are marching towards that 1700 mark, and I love it. I love it. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, Tara brings up James Horner 90s Casper movie soundtrack is ultimate. My ultimate favorite. Wow, it has supernatural horror tunes with orchestra music. You know, I never saw the Casper movie because I was just a little bit too old when by the time it came out, I wasn't watching movies like that. So I'm just like just a little too old for the Casper movie. And I don't have kids, so I've never had a reason to revisit it. But thank you so much for sharing, Tara. And guys in the chat, if you know that soundtrack and you're a fan, let me know. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Let's see here. Holy cow. Amanda drops a 199, says little over 20 minutes left to hit the super chat goal. Thank you so much for the 199er, Amanda. Really appreciate you. Yeah, guys, if you want me to go more than I'm planning on going just about another 28 minutes or so. But if you want me to go a full extra hour, just 6 more super chats of $2 or more, or $1.99 or more, technically. So again, super chats aren't a requirement, but if you want me to keep on going and talking music with you guys, then let's throw it on down and kick it for a little while. Antonis, I must have missed your question, so you're gonna have to ask me again, sir. I'm having issues with StreamYard, as I know you know. Nick really should be on the stream. He loves horror scores. Who doesn't? Where is Nick? Somebody tell him. He's probably kicking it with his son right now. So I'll let him have it. Johnny says, I don't know the answer to this, Davey. I love synth a lot, and listening to synths takes my mind away. Well, I mean, you already said that you liked synth better than orchestra, so I think you do now. We got Colin Murdy in the chat. What's happening, Collie? What's happening, Colin? So great to see you, bud. Dean says, I'd say it comes down to how does that piece of music directly affect what's happening on the screen? What feeling is it creating? Does it fit the actions of the scene, etc.? It can be impactful. Jamie likes scores that have a lot of intensity and drama. Ooh, give me a couple examples, Jamie. Allie says Nightmare on Elm Street has some great songs on different movies. Yeah, I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and 4, I think especially have some pretty good songs outside of the score. I mean, the score is so iconic as well. Yeah, thank you so much again, Amanda, for the $1.99. Secret Dance Move says, I think only original music should count. Count for what? For the sound? Well, if you say soundtrack, it means score and the songs that they use. But if you say score, you're just talking about the music written exclusively for the film. Avery says the Scream soundtrack hit hardest during the opening scene with Casey. Johnny says the Firestarter soundtrack is another great synth soundtrack that I love from the 80s. And I think Carpenter did the soundtrack to the remake. Allie loves the Casper soundtrack. Slasher Fred says the original Twilight Zone TV series had some pretty great music. Yeah, I love Twilight Zone. Love it so much. Hey, and Eli says the director of In Search of Darkness said they might add YouTube personalities at the end of the doc in the credits. That'd be great. They should get a hold of me to do the talkie talk. I mean, listen to this voice. Listen to this voice, guys. Come on. Don't you want this voice on your movie? And I don't have to really talk like that when I do it. Cry Little Sister was a good one in Lost Boys. There we go. Classic. No apology needed, Antonis. Just put it in there again. I'm losing track of the chat with everything going on, you know. Holy cow, Johnny Diamond drops a $2 super chat and says, keep the stream going, Davey. So it looks like we are halfway there, guys. We're halfway there, and we have just under 15 minutes. Just under 15 minutes. In general, need leitmotifs to be memorable to me. So you want those callback moments in the score. Aaron says, I don't know if it's been mentioned, but the soundtrack to It Follows is phenomenal. Jamie Hart, you can't deny that. I have heard that about the soundtrack to It Follows. Another very Carpenter thing. I mean, I've heard the movie looks like it's shot by old school Dean Cundy, and that it sounds like Carpenter. Oh, didn't mean to do that. The original When a Stranger Calls from '79 has some pretty creepy music. Amanda says Cry Little Sister is one of my absolute favorites, Chester. There you go. Let's see. Jamie says as far as the, building up in the intensity, Ginger Snaps, Saw, Friday the 13th. Well, yeah. Oh, that one does for sure. Yeah. American Horror Story, Twin Peaks, Suspiria. Those are great examples. Again, I haven't seen Ginger Snaps. I need to see that one. That's the werewolf one, right? Is that what that is? Any Rob Zombie movie has a great soundtrack. Yeah, he's really good at picking the pop songs. And we were talking earlier, I think it was right before you joined us, Allie. Tyler Bates, who had done the score for his Halloween movies, has been having a great career, even outside of that. And yeah, Rob Zombie's really good at picking like his radio hits, Let's see here. Antona says, remember when we got 3 Friday the 13th movies not titled Friday the 13th? Well, how did the title get its rights back for the remake in 2009, but the previous 3 could not be called Friday the 13th? I'm guessing that Sean Cunningham was compensated, and that's what that was. Yeah. So, because when the rights went to New Line, they lost the ability to use the term Friday the 13th. But whoever had the rights to the title, or if they might have just purchased the rights to the original film so then they could use the title just for that film. I don't know. Again, I'm not the entertainment copyright guy. But it must have been just for a one-off kind of thing that they purchased those rights, Antonis. I'm guessing that was the question you had. Let's see here. Yes, Chester, we had talked about Tyler Bates's music from Rob Zombie's films, yeah. Eli says the Requiem for a Dream score has always stuck with me. Man, I could only watch that movie once. I can't even remember the score. That movie is so hard to watch. Colin Murdy says, I have a huge film score collection. I'm really into a lot of the Italian giallo scores and 80s synth. One of the best scores ever is the Dollars trilogy by Ennio Morricone. Stunning compositions. Yeah, Ennio Morricone, of course, the Westerns he did, but then also, The Thing, Hateful Eight, and then a whole bunch of, talk about Italian giallos. Ennio Morricone is all over the place with those as well. Yeah. Allie says, Davey, you do have some great pipes. You would be a great play-by-play guy. Yeah, there you go. Jaden Daniels takes the snap a few steps back. Terry McLaurin is open in the flat, catches it on first down for Washington. There you go. Something like that. Chester says, Prince of Darkness 87 score was creepy by John Carpenter and Alan Howarth. Yeah, those two guys together, so friggin' good. Pretty tough to beat. Tara Brewer says, TV show soundtrack on my iPad I have is Supernatural since I'm a huge fan of the show. Man, that show has such a huge fan base. I can't tell you how many people are like, you have to watch that show, Davey. Maybe I should. Maybe I should have my microphone on this side of me so I can lean this way and not have all this negative space over here. What do you guys think? Should I move the microphone to the other side for the next stream and see what happens? Will it freak you guys out? Let's see here. Is it working on your guys' end? Oh, for me, I go totally off the screen. So if it works, can you guys see me right now while I have a comment up? Let me know. Let me know, and I can deal with it. But to me, I'm not on the screen. So I'm waiting for confirmation. Waiting. I've been waiting for a girl like you. Okay, there we go, Jamie. Sweet. I didn't know because for me, I'm not on the screen right now. So it's really, really odd. I guess what I should have done is I should have checked the live on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Weird. Even weirder. So my apologies, guys. Okay, then I'll just get over my own weird shit. Oh, it gets to be really blurry. But then is it okay now? This is so... I have to stop thinking about it. I'm going... This is so weird. It's going to go back and forth. Yeah, it's going to go back and forth. Fucking bizarre. Yeah, it's StreamYard's thing, guys. Leanna Bevy Rage in the house, one of our great channel members and Death Squad mods, says Maxine did well enough on the music. I really like Maxine. I think it's the second best in the trilogy. I think X is the third best in the trilogy. Pearl, Maxine, X. I don't know what all the people being lukewarm about Maxine. I don't know what that's all about, man. I thought Maxine was fucking awesome. Love it. Love it. It's the second time I've done that tonight. Another overlooked score is The Burning by Rick Wakeman. Ooh. Maybe that isn't pretty over. People talk about that movie. I don't hear him talking about the score, Colin. And I've only seen that movie once. I gotta say, I need to give it another shot because I was really not impressed with The Burning. The Burning and Sleepaway Camp, I'm like, oh, like they're fine. They're okay. I just have a tough time seeing them as like, I'm like, well, maybe they're classics because of how old they are. I don't know if they're still earning their classic status. But yeah, I need to watch The Burning. I've only seen it once. So I think sometimes when you've only seen a movie once, it's really difficult to have like a true opinion on it. And I'm talking to you, Halloween Ends detractors. If you've only seen it once, keep that in mind. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier because I'm sporting my Curse shirt right now. Love the producer's cut score. Yeah, so much more. Craziness. Usually StreamYard is like perfect. Usually it is. I'm very, very weird. Very weird. It's probably just going to go back and forth, guys. And maybe you do need glasses. There you go. I know Bill is, picking up what I'm putting down. Welcome on in, Bill. I don't have the clip, but fuck the Everscathed. Fuck you for sending me this shit. I'll do the Christopher Nelson quote there. Welcome on in, Bill from the Everscathed, one of my good pals. Let's see here. What else do we got? Yeah, we are. Everyone's weird, right? If you're not weird, then but then I swear this is the last thing I'll say about it. I would think that it would be internet issues, but the fact that in StreamYard I can't see myself on the screen right now, but it's on YouTube and it might be blurry, to me says it's an issue with StreamYard communicating to YouTube and even communicating with me. So I don't know if it's the heat. I've streamed in much worse heat before. There you go. Bill knows what's up. Bill knows exactly what's up. Let's see here. What else do we got? Freaking love Maxine in The Burning. Guys, maybe I should watch The Burning tonight. Give it another shot. What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Should I watch The Burning? If you think I should watch The Burning, let's reach the super chat goal. Less than 6 minutes, folks. No big deal. We'll go another 15 minutes or so. But if you want another hour of hangouts, then it'll just cost $10 spread out between 5 super chats. That's it. And, I think Eli's got a good point here. Davey is just too damn good looking. It's causing StreamYard to mess up. That could be it. You might be onto something there, Eli. You might be onto something. Hello, everyone from Pat's chat, says Bill. It's like closing out one bar together, then all strolling over to the next one, arm in arm. Oh, it's great. Yeah, we have over 30 people hanging out. Guys, if you're just jumping on in, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And the community just keeps on growing. Yeah, the Omen score. That is one of those Jerry Goldsmith scores, I believe, right? Or is it, am I right? Yeah. Jerry Goldsmith did the Omen score. Yeah. He was in our very first poll tonight. I don't think he got one vote for best composer. And speaking of votes, let's check out what we're looking at here. I'm going to close out. I totally forgot to close this one. So that was a tight poll there, guys. Tight poll. 35 votes. Synth wins 51% to 49% out of 35 votes. So, man, that's a pretty close one. Let's see here. I think that's it for polls tonight. And we've got a little bit more time to chat here. Guys, what do you think about this? Can a great score save a mediocre horror film? Like, have you ever watched a horror movie where you're like, man, the movie's okay. This score is like really elevates it. I mean, it's like, I think in every great horror movie, if I try to imagine watching Halloween with no score or with a bad score, I still think I would like the movie. The visuals and the way they tell the story in that sense, I do enjoy. But man, I do think that with a lot of movies, the score does so much heavy lifting. You guys know me, I'm a huge music guy. So I think score, soundtrack, sound design, like all of those things play a massive part in, for one thing, sound design helps sell the reality of what you're seeing. It gives weight to everything that you're seeing and makes it so much more believable. And then the score and the sound, well, specifically the score can help build that dread and tension. And then the soundtrack is a good way to sort of either cut the tension or, you know, bring back a song in a big way, maybe make a song that used to be popular again, like put it like back in the pop culture, like what James Gunn did with Guardians of the Galaxy, or what, you know, they did with Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody in Wayne's World. It's really interesting. So do you guys think that a great score or a great soundtrack can save a mediocre movie? I'm curious to know. Yeah, I think it's StreamYard. I'm going to say StreamYard since that's where I'm seeing the issue. Secret Dance Move says, no matter how many times I watch Ends, it'll always be trash. That's a rough one. It's so good. I mean, it is the best sequel in the Halloween franchise. Your Next has some good score moments, and Looking for the Magic. I've only seen that movie once, but I really enjoyed it, Brett. I do need to watch it again. I know you're a huge fan of Your Next. I feel like you're one of the people on YouTube that I hear bringing it up, you know, and putting it in the conversation a lot more. I did really dig that movie. I liked it a lot more than Ready or Not, which I felt was like kind of similar. But Radio Silence and I, we don't quite jive. We get like really close. We don't quite jive. I don't know what it is. It's just strange with Radio Silence. I got a weird vibe with those guys. Okay, I will watch it again. I'll give it another shot. One person's trash is another person's treasure. It's true. It is true. Leanna, your avatar could be an American Eagle ad. A little Sydney Sweeney, a little Leanna Bevy Rage. I mean, look, she could, look at that. She's got the denim top, or at least it looks denim from here. Size of the icon. I mean, we might have, like, guys, no big deal. Not calling anyone out specifically. I'm talking about all of us collectively. We might have the best looking community on YouTube. Just might, you know, I could be biased. I could. Okay, Allie wants me to watch it again tonight. All right. Johnny didn't like it, so he's not going to recommend it. It's just very Harvey Weinstein. I know I say this all the time, but Harvey wrote the story to The Burning, and you can tell because there's a lot of like pushy sexual stuff going on. Yeah, I don't think I would do. Yeah, watch along. Yeah, I'm not sure. A watch along I would do like movies I really love. Like for sure, we'll do watch along. You know. Secret Dance Move. I don't. This one is an odd comment. I'm gonna say like I said, we're all weird. Secret Dance Move says the same people who love Ends also seem to love A Nightmare on Elm Street 2 Part 2 too. Maybe they just like homoerotic horror. I don't think so. I don't think there's anything homoerotic about Halloween Ends. I think if you're seeing that in Ends, I think it says that's never occurred to me, and I love Halloween Ends. I get it with a Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy's Revenge. That's like pretty clear as day that's what's going on. And I used to really love Freddy's Revenge, and then the more I watch all those movies, it slowly is moving back because I'm enjoying Part 4 so much more. So it's like probably my 5th favorite in the series or something like that. But I don't think there's any, I don't know, homoerotic. Yeah, normally I would just go right past this comment because we don't really like dive too deep into this stuff, but I'm a relatively conservative person. And I think that this is pretty off. I don't think there's anything. Yeah, I think you're seeing something there that is not there in Halloween Ends. You know, just because 2 men are sharing screen time, I don't know. If that's homoerotic, then it's going to be difficult to like a lot of movies. Or to not say a lot of movies are that way. Thank you so much, Eli. Yeah, guys, don't forget to slash that like button, sub to this amazing channel, and consider becoming a member of the mighty Death Squad. Yeah, guys, just 99 cents for a month for membership. And we're going to be doing regular weekly member streams. So members, I do want to let you know there is a poll that's just for you guys on the page. And I need to know when you would like to do those streams. They are going to be on Sundays. I'm thinking either, what did I put? Like 4 p.m. Eastern or 7 p.m. Eastern. Or if there's another time, then let me know in the comments. I want to make sure we can get as many people there as possible. That's the goal, as many members in those streams as possible. Now, we have some members that are in the UK. It's going to be really difficult because if I go live at 11 a.m. or noon for members only, it might be like 2 or 3 people hanging out. So the goal is to get as many people hanging out as possible. But they are going to be weekly, and I already have a whole list of ideas for those streams. So we're going to be jumping into those regularly for you guys. The end score is fantastic, but I can't stand the movie. Fair enough, man. Hey, at least there's something from the movie you can enjoy. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, and I appreciate that. Let's see here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm so lukewarm on Freddy's Revenge. To me, it's boring. Like when Freddy's on the screen, it's awesome. I'm not really a Jesse fan. Like he's always just like, what's happening to me? And it's just like, okay, dude, you said that in the last scene. Let's move on. So are we talking about the Sweet Revenge short? Not on this stream, we aren't. I mean, the music's good. We could talk about the music. Yeah, we're going to talk. So Sweet Revenge, guys, Hit the Bricks is going to return tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern. I'm sure we're going to talk about Sweet Revenge there. And then if you guys, I did a whole stream for Sweet Revenge. And then, the beginning of Late Night with the Davey was for Sweet Revenge. And then I did a review video where I talk about my thoughts. So if you want to know more about what I think with Sweet Revenge, you can check that out. Scores definitely make a movie for sure. Yeah. They said Halloween was mediocre until they added the score, so it's very important. Yeah. Yeah, it would just seem so slow. Even if it had a score, but the score wasn't gripping. You know? Like sometimes music can just be bad. Or not. If it does, I would say if music doesn't enhance the movie, if it's not memorable, if it doesn't enhance the movie, or if it distracts you from the movie, those are the qualities when I would say the score is bad. And when I watch a movie, and you're a big music guy too, Bill, so I'm sure you're this way as well. Sometimes I watch a movie and then I think about, like before I review it, I think about my thoughts and I'm like, I can't even remember the music. That ain't good. And then there's a movie like 40 Acres that I watched, which by the way, if you guys haven't seen 40 Acres, as soon as you can, it's kind of like a siege post-apocalyptic movie. It's really good. It's like a group of cannibals and people, people are like living in very dire circumstances. Really, really good movie. The score was so awesome. It was very like minimalist and almost like soundscapey. So there was like percussion, but it was like not like drums. It was like using sounds as percussion. And halfway through the movie, I just found myself like, man, every time the score kicks in, it is so gripping to me. And this is music that I wouldn't even think to have put in this kind of movie, and not music that I would listen to outside of the movie, but within the piece. And I think that's the interesting thing about any kind of art, guys, is that it's what fits the piece, you know? Like a lot of people, when people talk about, so here, I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent. Some people love the H2O score, like, and I'm talking about the, Marco Beltrami, they use some of his stuff from Scream, but I'm talking about the John Ottman score from H2O. Some people love it. And then you hear the hardcore Halloween fans that are like, I don't like the strings. Even though they're playing the themes from the original film, they don't like the strings. And it's like, that's one of those things about it fitting the piece, right? John Carpenter's soundtrack or score for Halloween fits the piece. The synth fits the piece. Goblin's score for Dawn of the Dead fits the piece. And then there are movies with strings like Psycho or Friday the 13th or Jaws, where it's like those fit the piece. So it's very interesting. And yeah, even if Halloween had a score that was just like, ugh, like, what the hell is that? I even think, and no, I know I'm talking a lot of shit here about Sleepaway Camp. Scores did not bring me in. Just seemed kind of, it's just there. And if a score is just there, that ain't good. Let's see what else we got going on here. The score in the new Superman, good stuff. And this, I mean, the soundtrack even better for the most part. The scene where Lois is in the bubble and Mr. Fantastic is fighting all the people on the beach. I couldn't stand that song. It was like pulled me out of the movie. But for the most part, it was really good. Let's see what else we got going. Most movies just wouldn't work without the score adding the emotional atmosphere. Yeah. Yeah, I think that building of dread is all about the score. You know, stuff like Black Christmas, of course, Halloween, you know, The Fog, The Thing. I'm a Your Next whore, Davey, says Brett. Finally, someone that gets it with Your Next is greater than Ready or Not. Yeah, Ready or Not's fine. It's fine. I'm so lukewarm. Dude, I'm the guy that sits back there. Now, whenever I see a Radio Silence movie, it's just going to be cross arms and it's going to be impressed me. Like, let's see if we can get you past a C+, guys. Just not impressing me. They're 2 Scream movies. Fine, whatever. Not bad. Abigail, okay, it's there. Ready or Not? Yeah, probably the best one they've done. Ready or Not. You're watching Superman right now? Oh, wow. The score is important. It's a big component. Poor music choices can absolutely impact. Yep. A great score doesn't help a movie I don't like. It just makes me disappointed that it's wasted on the film. That's a good point, too. So it can totally be the flip, right? Where you're like, oh, man, great score. What the hell's going on? Davey, since you have your Halloween movie shirt, I have my Casper movie shirt that I've got from Cavity Color so I can wear it for the 30th anniversary of the movie in theaters in October. So they're bringing it back. That's really cool. That is pretty awesome. We are indeed all a very sexy bunch. It's true. It's true. All right, guys, let's see what we got. So we got 5 out of 10 of the super chat goals. I really appreciate everybody who threw out a super chat. I'm just going to showcase those folks one more time here. Hollywood Lido threw out a $4.99. That was before the goal started, but still, I'll count it. So let's say 6 out of 10. Thank you so much, Lido, for that. And then Antonis dropped a tenner. Thank you so much, Antonis. The Oct dropped a $4.99. Erica dropped a $2. Joel from Darkroom Reviews dropped a $2 super sticker. Amanda dropped a $1.99. And Johnny Diamond came in with a $2. $2. So yeah, guys, before we head out here, I might hang out for a few more minutes with you. I'm not going to be like, it's a fucking hard out at 10:30. I do want to share with you guys something. Let me see here. I'm sharing this, guys, because I never do this. I never actually get things prepared for the channel. But let me see here. I'm going to take that off. There we go. I'm going to make sure you guys can still see this. And then it's not blurry. How about that? There we go. Maybe it's not blurry now. Maybe StreamYard's not jerk. Oh my gosh. StreamYard's just driving me crazy here, people. Okay, so guys, I just wanted to let you know, I actually prepared streams for this week. So look at that. So we've got, of course, you know, we're watching this one right now. We're all involved with the horror and music. Wednesday, Late Night with the Davey Before Dark. Guys, this is episode 57 of Late Night with the Davey. So if you're stateside, it's going to be 3 p.m. Eastern. If you are in the UK, it's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern. So it really will be a late night with for our UK folks. And that's going to be Hollywood Lido. Our guy Lido Velasco is going to be a guest on Late Night with the Davey. We're going to talk about weapons. We're going to break down that ending. What the fuck was that? We're going to talk all about the tonal shift in the end. And we're going to talk about some of the plot conveniences and some of the holes that start to develop, I would say, especially starting halfway through the movie. So it is going to be spoiler talk. I'm not going to say anything spoiler here on this stream, but I just want to let you guys know Lido's going to join us for that. I'm really excited about having him on. And then, guys, I don't know if it's going to be September or October, but we're going to have Lido on to talk about A Nightmare on Elm Street as well. So if you guys don't know, Lido is not only a content creator himself here on YouTube, he's a subscriber and channel member here on the Davey Deathray channel. He's a composer. He composes music for film. He's got a really impressive IMDb. In fact, the IMDb is linked in the description of that video. He's also an actor and a cosplayer. So if you've ever seen like sexy Michael Myers, you know, resting his arm on the surfboard, that's our guy Leto. And then, guys, the big one this week, Friday night, August 22nd, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, we're having a Chucky sequel battle. So it's going to be a live panel. There's going to be fan polls. You guys are going to get to vote on the 8 categories. We're going to have our guy Mark from Tales from the Shelf, who's my regular teammate here on these versus battles. And we've got another guest coming in for this one, a guest that is a huge fan of the Child's Play series, a YouTuber I've been watching for a really long time, and he just passed 200,000 subscribers. Guys, Cody Leach is going to be joining us for that, and we're going to pit Child's Play 2 versus Bride of Chucky. You don't want to miss that one. So we're going to go through the categories. We're going to award one movie the winner for each category, and you guys are going to have your say as well. Man, these have always come right down to the wire. Last time we did the final chapter versus Jason Lives, it literally came down to the last category. Back and forth the whole time. And regardless of which movie I prefer, I don't know. I think we're all really fair. I think Mark is very fair as well. And no, even if I think Child's Play 2 is a better movie overall than Bride of Chucky. Bride of Chucky could win this thing because it's all about the individual category. So it's about removing your biases, your bias over the whole film, and just thinking about those categories individually. That one's going to be a blast. I hope you guys all join us and contribute to the polls and everything like that. And I hope we've got some moderator assistance that night, because wherever Cody Leach goes, some assholey trolls will follow. So be on the lookout, channel moderators. And that's the last thing I really have to share with you guys and shill. Again, I will let you know the Fourth Wall Shop is pinned in the comments. There is a link in the description below if you're watching after the fact. If you use the code SHIPFREE, then you will get free shipping. And we have a whole bunch of new items up there. I love the creamin' for a streamin' items. I don't know. I'm dirty that way. I love them. I think they're hilarious. So yeah, a whole bunch of fun stuff. Yoga pants and yoga shorts for the ladies. Razorback tanks for the ladies. Tote bag, magnets, and more stuff to come. So just keep an eye out. I'm going to be working on some more Hit the Bricks merch. So maybe we can feature that tomorrow. I'll let Lee know that that's something I want to talk about. Bill says, Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 had a great soundtrack. We just covered the song Leatherface from that soundtrack live last weekend. You know what, Bill? That's one of the few movies in the TCM franchise that I have not seen. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen the other movie called Leatherface or The Beginning. Those are the 3 movies I haven't seen in the franchise. Is TCM 3 worth a watch? I don't know. Let me know. Dean says, I promise to get back to recording and posting videos real soon. I have to revamp my desk setup. The desk I got isn't suitable. Oh, man. Bummer. I'm so sorry, Dean. I know you've been aching to get back to it. Solar Guy AJ in the house. What's happening? Great to see ya. Got to run catching weapons with my kiddo before she goes to college. I hope you have a blast. I really hope the movie works for both of you guys. I am jealous of the people that absolutely love weapons, because I wanted to love weapons and I just liked it, but I got to be fair about how I feel and the way I analyze a film and weapons. I wanted it to be something and it just wasn't. I was hoping it was going to give me that long legs magic, but I hope you have a great night, Amanda. Take care. Enjoy the flick. All right, I think that'll be wrapping it up here. Johnny Diamond loves Child's Play 2. There you go. Walmart is selling Jason shoes, everybody. Who's going to get me a pair of Jason shoes? I wear 11s. 11s if I put insole. Maybe 11 and a half if I put insoles. Guys, I think my feet are too big for my body. I think they're too big. They're kind of Ronald McDonald-y a little bit. I've got Tiffany pillowcases on my sofa cushions. I'll be here and on the clock. We got you, Davey. Thank you so much. Yeah, wherever Cody goes, the people show up that say terrible things and use fake dummy accounts. They pose as other YouTube creators and stuff. It's really, really stupid. I don't like it. I don't like it. What did somebody said last time when Cody was on Late Night with the Davey? Somebody jumped in during the live stream and they said, the stench of Cody Leach will never leave your channel now that you've had him on. And I'm like, what is so wrong with Cody? What's the controversy? Seriously, like as far as I know, I got to hang out with him face to face, hanging out at Gathering of the Ghouls last year before he was on the channel. Legitimately one of the nicest people I've ever talked to. We hung out, a group of us hung out for like 5 or 6 hours after the convention. He came by the table to say hi because he was going to be on the channel. Is it just that he's like brash and opinionated and knows what the hell he's talking about? Sometimes I think people they do find that kind of rough. I mean, I'm probably not as brash on the channel as I can be in person, but a lot of times in my life, guys, I've had people tell me like, you make me feel like I'm wrong in my opinion. And I'm like, sorry, I'm just like, I'm opinionated too. And I'm passionate about it. So is that the problem? I don't know. Or are they just trolls? Watch all of those Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. Okay. Bill says, I personally really enjoy TCM3, though I am sentimental as it's the first TCM I ever saw on the big screen. Sure. No, I totally get that too. The nostalgia of it all. But it looks like it's worth watching, right? I mean, yeah, why not? Yep, right there with you. It's funny. I think a lot of people that like thought Longlegs was okay and Longlegs didn't have a third act. I'm noticing a lot of those people seem to really love Weapons. And I'm like, that's how I feel about Weapons. Like, I feel like Longlegs was like a near perfect movie for me. Like one of the most beautifully shot films I've ever seen, period. And then I loved everything else too. And people are like, oh, it's just like Silence of the Lambs. Nope. I've already said that on this channel, but I'm going to say it again. The only thing it has in common with Silence of the Lambs is there's a female FBI agent trying to track down a killer. That's it. That's where the similarities end, folks. They should have never mentioned that in the marketing. They kind of screwed themselves on that one because now people can't let it go and use it as a detractor. So, yeah. Boom, there it is. 11. I know. The power of the 11s. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up here for this time around. But I gotta bring up this one. Trolls just like taking their anger out on others. They're too sensitive to process their anger properly. Yeah. They probably said something snarky in a comment and then just got completely dismantled by Cody, I would imagine. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I see the Cody one. I see the Drum Dums one. And obviously the person that's jumping in with the fake Drum Dums account is doing it to like extra be a dick, because I'm not going to get into it, but I'm sure you guys have heard, that kind of I don't really even know what that all was, and I don't want to know. So don't tell me. I just know that there's something there. But I've seen like Sister Pam, all of these accounts that get dummied and used for trolls. So it is unfortunate because it does start to like sow some sort of doubt. It's really fucking weird. Anyways, guys, this has been a blast talking about soundtracks that slay, getting a little horror and music going on with y'all. Do you guys want to know what the next topic is going to be for our live stream? I think this is going to be a live stream it might be a really late one on Thursday. I'm thinking about going live Thursday at like 11 p.m. Eastern or midnight Eastern. And guys, maybe I should save this one for a better time. I don't know. But I've got one cooked up, guys. Horror franchise tier list. It's going to be live. We're going to use Tier Maker. And there's a feature on Tier Maker where you guys can vote. And so we're going to do a live interactive horror franchise tier list. So what I'm going to do is once I got that all scheduled and everything, I'm going to ask for you guys to jump in the comments. I'll do a post on the stream, and I want you to jump into the comments on the post. Make sure I'm not missing any franchises. Of course, Halloween, Scream, Saw, A Nightmare on Elm Street, all the obvious ones you don't have to tell me. But maybe there's one like kind of that I might forget, I don't know. Something like Ghoulies or something. I've never seen those movies. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one and looking forward to having you guys participate. on that one. So I think that'll be the next big ol' stream. But tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern, Hit the Bricks Live with Lee from Drum Dums and Nick from the Lost River Drive-In. We're going to be talking Sweet Revenge, probably just Sweet Revenge. No, I'm just joking. We're going to talk, it'll be a whole, we've got a bevy of topics to talk about. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about weapons as well, since we've all seen that and haven't talked about it yet. Tuesday night, I'm going to be over on Fachi's Cinema with Matt. We're going to be doing a live ranking of the Friday the 13th series, including Sweet Revenge. And then, of course, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern with Lido over here talking the third act of Weapons and all that kind of fuckery. And maybe a little something fun on Thursday late night. And you never know, guys. I'm thinking about doing a stream on Tuesday that'll be a good stream for the UK people. That would be, 3 p.m. Eastern kind of Tuesday thing. So I don't know. So keep an eye out. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you've got the notification bell rung so you are alerted when I'm about to go live. And then when I actually go live, you should get yet another alert. But you guys are amazing. Thank you so much to, the Patreon members, the YouTube channel members, and our amazing group of Death Squad mods. And again, to everybody that shared a membership milestone chat and everyone who contributed with a super chat this evening. Thank you guys so much. I know next time we're going to reach that goal, and maybe I will entice you with something a little bit better than just an hour extra of a stream. I like doing, this is a bonus stream. You guys got this stream by fulfilling a super chat goal. So maybe every time we do some super chat goal, it would be a bonus stream that you would get added that week that normally wouldn't happen. So maybe I just need to kind of think of it that way. But you guys have all been awesome. Love you so much. Davey, you're leaving me no room to come back. I'm looking for a free night. No, there will be free nights. Don't worry. There will be free nights. I know. I'm looking for a free night too. I had one yesterday. That was it. After sleeping only 2 hours in order to get up for work on Saturday. It was fucking crazy. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for kicking it with me here on the stream. Always a pleasure to chit chat with y'all and see what you guys think about these topics. It was awesome talking music with you. I'm so passionate about music and film, obviously. And to combine those two and get to, have a discussion with y'all about your favorite horror scores and soundtracks. I cherish all of our hangouts and I love them all so much. So yeah, I'll be back here tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern. And until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.